Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Triptych with another Triptychs Mod game today. This is a 3 versus 3. I was not paying attention to if anybody chose their race or their team, but it looks like it is Ugly the Great, the Tiger, and Foo Fighter on the top versus Star Pro, Jokar, and Drazon on the bottom. I'm going to start memorizing people by their colors. So, Ugly is Breen Dominion, Tiger is Martok Klingon, and Foo Fighter is Mason Feds. I don't know how much he's played on 3.8a. He played more on previous versions of Triptych Mod. In the bottom, Starmaster is Muriel Romulans. In the middle, Martok Klingons, that was Jokar. And then on the bottom right, Drazon is Breen Dominion. And I have Martok here commentating with me. Hi there.
Hi again.
So we have Klingons in the middles, some Federation Dominion on the right, and a lone Romulan. I pay attention to how people choose their avatars when I'm trying to think about what to make stronger and weaker, and it is true that a lot of people choose Muriel as Romulans. But then it's also true that we're playing all these 3 versus 3 games on relatively big maps, so I guess the battleship character is better. But I want to kind of move them in a direction where like there isn't just like one battleship using leader. I mean, like Klingon still, Takroja's kind of not into battleships the way Martok is, but I mean even then adding in a Veklarog might be helpful. I don't know, I guess of all the races, like which ones you would go for battleships the most. Muriel's probably the most battleship inclined, followed closely by Martok. But then like for like Breen or Dominion, both PureTech and Breen have pretty good battleship options. And Feds, I mean, yeah, Risner focuses on battleships, but I've made it less so in Triptychs Mod since Mason can get the Avalon. So let's start doing strategies. This is the not Argus conflict. It used to be Argus conflict, which had the massive Argus array, but that would cause some people to lag. So just sort of imagine it here, this giant collection of hexagons in the background. I don't think you're imagining hard enough. So, yellow is Ugly, right? Yeah, so Ugly going straight mining, no ships yet. Across from him, that could be a little bit dangerous if Starmaster decides to go for sudden reends. But Starmaster's going for the expansion in between him and Jokar. Jokar just getting construction and mining up. Oh yeah, these moons are very close together, so you can kind of handle it with one mining station. You'd need 3 miners per moon, so you need 6 miners to get one mining station here, and that's close. You might lose a little bit of income if you had a mining station directly between these two. It's hard to tell. I think the expansion ones are slightly... No, they seem about the same distance. Wait, we have a solution. Grid mode. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-ish. I mean, they're about the same distance. So, sorry. Jokar, no combat ships yet. Over on the bottom right, Drazon is getting his yard. He got attacked pretty early 2 games ago, so... He's definitely trying to get some ship production up. And it's interesting to see whether that slows down his other forms of advancement or not. Like, he is slowing down his constructors, his freighter building, just a little bit, but he's still got 2 mining and a third one of his expansion before getting this yard, which he isn't building any bugs out of yet. Oh no, that what did he start? Oh, he started a 4th space refinery, and that used up the last of his resources. In the top right, Foo Fighter has gotten his Antares yard, but not building any sabers out of it. He might be going for engineering here in a moment, which actually he has enough to start now. And Tiger has gotten a field yard. Is that his first yard? Yeah, his first yard is over at this expansion where it will help keep this chore alive. So the 2 Katingas, we've been talking about, Klingon early raiding, and he has gone raiding with Katingas. He's not building freighters at home, though, or anything at home. So if you're going to do it, you need more than 2. We'll see how they do. This is actually like the one place you can't hit because there's a repair station. Although they could stop that constructor from building the mining station. What are stats on Klingons? 20 defense, 100 crew. And okay, they're decloaking and going for it. Bringing in the scout even, which has 7 offense. It has quite a lot of offense for a scout, considering these Katingas are only 11. Oh, that's interesting. They are 11, so they're the same as a Mason Saber, just with medium range. Oh yeah, he's going to threaten this Troy. Like, I don't think he can kill it, but he's going to cancel this mining station for sure, and that's a win, honestly. That's a very large time delay in Tiger's mining, although Tiger's also getting this one. He did this the other game as well, where he really focused on the dilithium mining first, and he has no extensions. Oh, did he wait too long to go repair? I don't think so. I think they're not going to kill it. But you can see how Klingons are very dangerous early, because if there had been a 3rd or a 4th Katinga here, it would have slowed down Jokar's mining significantly. But like 4 Katingas would have just been, like, that would have been dead. He would have been able to lock this down and really put Tiger on the back foot. But Tiger has his Katinga coming out. And although his mining has been delayed, I don't think it's going to be a serious issue for him. Swinging around, Ugly has finally gotten a yard, and he's got his 4 mining stations. Starmaster Prodigy is getting raided by 2 scouts. I guess the Klingon scout really does have the most offense at 7, compared to like 4 on this Dominion one. It's the best scout in general, because it also deals bonus damage to other scouts. 7, 11, 3, yeah. They're actually going to threaten this freighter eventually, because the Star Yard's coming up, but 40, okay, it's a race. The Star Yard might finish in time for that to repair. And a Dominion scout has come by to threaten the other Dominion scout. Did the Klingon scout run? I don't see it. Oh yeah, it did. Thing is, the Klingon scout could have killed that other scout because it deals double damage. But this is the first Star Yard out from Starmaster Prodigy. He has actually gotten 6 moons already. And there is Research Institute, so he's not going for Salars. He's going for at least a Daredex. Probably to Daredex. Jokar has gotten a center yard facility, but hasn't built anything on it yet, and it looks like his Katingers are going somewhere else. In the bottom, Drazon is going for Breen Cruisers. So with the Breen Cruiser, it was originally a torpedo ship. Oh yeah, that's level 3 yard. The Breen Cruiser is very high on offense. It has a bonus damage against battleships, and bonus damage against medium range and torpedoes. So it was a super heavy anti-large ship. This left it very vulnerable against small ships, so I didn't like it very much because it was so situational. If you were fighting large ships as Dominion, you wanted to use bigger ships yourself. So they were almost never built. In Triptych's mod, I modified its profile so that it never misses, but it also has reduced damage compared to torpedoes, so it basically is like a beam profile. And this makes it a whole lot more flexible. But I have been considering maybe putting it back to torpedo profile, because it's kind of a gimmicky thing. I thought I added in a description somewhere in the tooltip that it used beam profile, but maybe I didn't yet. I was just going to add like a little passive icon here that's like, by the way, the torpedoes don't miss. I mean, at least this tooltip doesn't show the bonus damage against large or reduced damage against small. It sits in a tricky place. It does have 20 defense, and you can build Dominion bugs, which will have lower defense and will tank for them. So it sits very nicely in the tech tree now. It's one of those that I consider changing. So if anybody has opinions, let me know. You might legitimately change the way the mod plays in the future. I see Starfleet Engineering from Foo Fighter and some Sabers. It seems a bit slow. If you'd rushed for Sabers, you could have had them way sooner than this. But there's one, and he is getting science too, so he might just be going for weapons. Back around, Tiger has gotten a sensor station and a second Katinga, so he'll be able to. It'll be more threatening to raid this for sure. And he's building some Burrells and a center yard, so we'll see some more small yard ships. He was Martok, right? Yeah, and Ugly is expanding to take this expansion here. Not much more to say about that. The Klingon ships are coming back around to try to threaten this, but it's not going to go so well because there are Spectre refits out. This version of Triptychs Mod has made them easier to get because they only require the Research Institute, and is getting their special, which makes them immune to pulse weapons for a while. And he's refitting. Oh, he built one regular Generix and is refitting it. It's a little bit more expensive, but it gets him an extra ship. Ships are at half health while they're refitting, by the way. So this is effectively, since defense is cumulative, it's around 10 defense right now. So these K'tingas actually could have decloaked and tried to kill that before it finishes, but it looks like they won't be able to now. The bonus damage to short range is pretty situational. It's going to crush those Burrells, and if there's any S2s that come out, oh look, there's S2s. So these S2s are going to be in a not happy place when they go fighting those Spectres. The projectile weapons deal slight bonus damage to targets that have lower than 20 defense value. Man, it doesn't even show here. So the S2s with 18, I think, are going to take around 10% raise. I think it's 5% increased damage for each point below 20 defense they have. But I really need to really need to look into that, find out what it is exactly. Regardless, it covers it's a beam profile normally, so. Oh yeah, and also they take reduced damage from weapons that deal less than 10 damage, which is very situational because the K'tinga deals 9 damage and is one of the weakest ships in the game. So like it deals 10% reduced damage to the Spectre. I don't think any of these others are doing it. Yeah, 15 damage from the S2, 22. There aren't very many ships that suffer that penalty. Even like a Quebec. If we see a Quebec later, does more than 10. Now the Burrell only does 5 damage a pop, so it will have its damage reduced by half against the Spectres. They're very deadly. And in Triptychs Mod, I think I increased the speed of the Spectre slightly since it needs to be able to catch up with the early game stuff that it's fighting. So Starmaster Prodigy very happily double yarding these. They are a little bit expensive, so 3 moon pairs, 2 yards, and a bit more construction is actually just about right. I think his 3 yards could probably support 3 stations, 3 yards building these. But let's see. Oh, you do not want that, buddy. There you see, yeah, like the Quebec isn't even reduced. You guys don't want to go in on this. Oh, I'm sorry. These are Jokar's ships. Jokar has, while I wasn't watching, gotten field research and armory. Where's your field research? There it is. And some Quebecs and Burrells. Do not have their specials, though. So there's quite an accumulation of ships happening in the middle. There is Drazon is sending out a construction ship, probably to build a yard to repair these, but it could be a turret. Okay, yeah, there's a yard. So this is a very crucial time because he's got 35 seconds left, and once the yard goes up, these Klingon ships are not going to be able to kill it. But until then, oh, these are top guys. So he's in danger. Does he have a tech lab at all? No. So although they are not as devastatingly weak as they could have been because of their beam-like profile, they're still kind of slow, and they're going to get wrecked by these guys. They also, in Triptychs Mod, they have a small chance to disable subsystems when they hit, so you see, with 3 of them shooting, he'll get a couple subsystem disables. Oh, there he goes.
Agi is going to raid on the left side.
Ah, okay, yeah, there go the S2s. That's going to do a lot of damage to the totally undefended mining. Ooh, and Jokar comes in, so the bottom team are taking this. I don't know. I feel like these ships could have done more. I don't know if Foo Fighter knows about the bonus damage to constructors, because those sabers probably could have killed this constructor. Because even though the torpedoes have 100% hit chance, they are still affected by passives like the tiny ECM suite. So they have an 85% chance to hit sabers. So Foo Fighter is building sabers and monsoons and a platform immediately next to his outpost. Maybe that's for cloak detect. Yeah, he's got sensor stations, pulse platforms. Spending a lot of money on turrets, though. Ugly ships have killed off a tri-mining, but they're not even going to go for the die mining. I guess they're a bit afraid there.
Strange that he doesn't kill the stations, because he does extra damage to stations, he could whip them very fast.
That is true. The S2's effective at raiding enemy ships, but also effective at just killing the station there. And the stations do cost more in Triptych's mod than they did before, while having the same defensive stats. That's yeah, he must really think that Prodigy is nearby. And actually, okay, Prodigy is kind of nearby. And
yeah, he could have gotten 2 more minor kills at least.
That's true. Yeah, he could have killed these. But yeah, those Spectres will rip these S2s a new one, though. Seeing as how they get, I think it's 10% bonus damage, plus 50% bonus damage. So they're dealing like 175% damage. And they're not super slow. I mean, the S2s still outspeed them, but 120 speed on these is, as you can see, it's nothing to laugh at. They can certainly chase things down. Oh yeah, and Prodigy has gone for the upgrade facility and supply depot on his main yard, so he's now getting these for very cheap. I don't know the exact amount, but it's half, so these refits are only costing him like 20 supply or less. Man, everybody's really accumulating a lot of ships, though. The other thing that I personally really like about the Spectre refits is the way they rip through monsoons, because monsoons are one of those ships that a lot of races don't have good counters to. And other than the Spectre, the Romulans have a very hard time dealing with them because they have Riennes or they have like Lavals, and that's about it. But the Spectres will rip through monsoons. And what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He has a lot of them. The Generix base version is very cheap, but the Spectre itself is kind of expensive. It's like 700 some. Jokar's guys raiding, but only killing 1 miner. And then running. Now, be careful. Oh, okay, this is a scout station, so it gives vision, but doesn't have a cloak detect panning. Which is, oh, that's interesting. It has the intelligence report, but can't use it. So they can kill this, but it wasn't that big of a threat anyway. These Burrells get bonus damage to freighters if you pop their special, which he has not researched, but the Katingas are also helping. And that's a lot of Klingon firepower. He cloaks, but not his entire fleet cloaks, and so that Quebec is going to die. Although it still does a lot to the other Burrell. Burrells die so fast. So people are really doing some aggressive moves here. Ugly, let's see, Starmaster Prodigy did a... Where'd he go?
He's going to kill that raiding fleet.
Okay, yeah. But I thought
he scouted it when it went down and turned around. Catch it.
Oh, there they are. Okay, yeah. So Starmaster Prodigy is going in. He's got these E2s, or these S2s, very highly countered. The special ability makes them immune to pulse weapons, which these guys don't have, so it doesn't do too much, but it does cause the enemy to retarget, and it resets your Romulan rate of fire bonus. I'm actually a little bit surprised at how much damage these Spectres are taking from the S2s. I guess there were quite a lot of S2s, but the Spectres do just really wreck them. I don't know, though. That's tricky, because since an S2 costs about half as much as a Spectre, like, if Starmaster Prodigy lost 2 Spectres, and Ugly lost around 4, maybe more S2s, they almost came out even there. I guess, I think Ugly lost more than 4, though. He lost a lot. But still, it's, even when it is a hard counter like that, the E2s, or the S2s are still very high offense. And they are now being built out of 3 yards by Ugly. And honestly, as he gets his supply mining up, he'll be able to do more. I want to say the dilithium per second of a yard is like 5, which means 3 moon pairs could technically power 6 construction yards. Of course, for the Dominion, it's more expensive to get them in the first place. On the right, Foo Fighter, Intrepids, Monsoons, and Sabers in equal yard amounts, which means he'll have extra Sabers because they build faster, and getting his offense and defense upgrades. No Warp and Command, though. Tiger going heavy Cavorts now and Quebecs. Wow. 4, I think these are, I'm pretty sure these are all 5 per second, maybe 6 per second. So 3 moon pairs would not really support this, but he does have 4 cavort yards. Oh, and the smack talk begins.
Oh, and now we see some nice raiding on Mighty, probably.
We do.
Oh, where does Klingon fleet go?
Yeah, I mean, the Klingons can get out pretty fast, but...
yeah, there they are.
Let's see. Oh, he does actually have the specials. So if he does activate the special on the Brels, they get bonus defense and speed. It pops their speed up to 150. So yeah, he's just gonna run. He's just gonna get out.
Very nice hit and run attack.
The other thing I forgot to mention is the Spectres do get a speed boost while their special is active. That's something I added pretty recently. It's sort of like just one burst of speed that lets them run down the enemy. Because, like I say, even if they had good stats to counter other early game ships, if they didn't have the speed, it was rough. Okay, Drazon getting raided. His ships are a little bit out, but I don't think too much damage is happening, just because, you know, the Feds aren't the raidest group in the game with all their improved defense stats.
Mighty got pinked.
Oh!
But the Klingons are not in range. They should have been there.
Mighty, yeah, turning. It's going to be a rough fight. Yeah, the EM blast only affects stations now. I had it affect ships for a while, but then I took that out because it didn't do anything if you had command. So, yeah, he might just have them on autonomy. Sorry about that. The EM blast do not affect the ships, but I don't know. He held Mighty down long enough for the other ships to come in. But then also Jokar's ships come in, and everything's going to die, starting with the Katingas. Jokar needs to keep his ships closer, though, because some of them are forward-firing only. I see S2s dying. Now this is kind of tricky because because the top team's ships are shooting at Jokar's ships, Mighty's ships are not getting focused on. Which might be okay because, like, the Borels don't really do anything to Spectres anyway. But this is going to go in the favor of the bottom team. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, Tiger has a lot of ships. He really does. And, like, these, let's see, Cavorts. Okay, they do 12, so they're not affected by the special thing of the Spectre, but the Cavorts are short range, dealing extra damage to medium range. The Spectres are medium range, dealing extra damage to short range. So that technically wins because passives against short and long range are more powerful than passive against medium range. This is 50%, while the other ones are 30%. But it's close. Well, okay, also, they're Martok, so they're pulse only, and when the Spectres activate their special, they're immune to pulse damage for a minute, which is very effective there because he can use that when, like, one of them is getting focused down. He can just pop it on that one. I don't know. I think Star Master's ships counter the top team ships as it is now. Oh my. Drazon has gotten a starbase in the middle and upgraded level 1 weapons on it and built his tech lab there. These people really like building technology. I'm actually kind of eager to see Drazon's fleet fight. He's not getting cloaked for the Breen cruisers, but he does have that nice combination of the bugs and Breen cruisers, which interestingly doesn't do anything to counter Foo Fighters' fleet because it's all short or long range, and both the bugs and the Breen cruisers counter medium range. But I'm still looking forward to seeing it because I love the bug Breen cruiser combo. I like it a lot. Ugly, as we've seen, has his cloak detect stations somewhere. Yeah. Okay, and he has gone into V-13 battleships. He's still building S2s, but he lost a lot in that last fight. He lost a lot. And Foo Fighter, this is not a wise engagement. Even though your monsoons are going to take half damage from the starbase and the turret, it's... Okay, yeah, he uses a Tricobolt Torpedo, which deals a lot of bonus damage to stations. No, it's not good. I mean, did he kill any freighters even? No, I don't think he did. I mean, he's not losing a lot either. I mean, if he loses like a monsoon or a saber, oh, he even got his sabers on. I don't know if Foo Fighter lost a single ship that entire battle. But ooh, yeah, that bug's gonna die. But now the Breen cruisers are here, and even though they're countered heavily by the monsoons, just the fact that they get disables, you see, and there's so many of them, they'll make it so that it's harder to retreat against this army. Yeah, that was actually a good focus fire on that Intrepid, because both the Sabres and the Monsoons are pretty good against these Breen cruisers. That one, yeah, it's gone. Breen cruisers are just very good at continuously building up more and more and more until you have insane numbers. There's the fighter kill. Okay, I wonder if Tiger raided again, or if he's just been flying around. But he's going around.
Mighty got raided, yeah, but it was a nice fight there.
Oh, okay. Did Tiger get out without getting attacked? It looks like.
Who's Tiger?
Orange Klingons.
No, he lost a lot, yeah.
Oh,
But Mighty lost a few ships as well.
Okay. Well, that Tritanium's been raided again. And Mighty has actually slowed down. I just saw Mighty spend resources. Did he start a warbird yard somewhere?
No, he built this. He builds this ping
Deterrent.
station now, and maybe. Ah, yeah, there's a warbird yard.
Oh, I think he might have. Okay, why? Ahem. Yeah, Mighty just bought supply, which caused his Decks to start building. That's where his resources went. Okay. Oh, yeah, Mighty's getting ready again. Well, he had a turret here. Oh, well, he's canceling that one. And he had a turret in torpedo mode, which, maybe not the best here. I think the pulse is still good for... The pulse is still superior for avoiding raids, even though the turret has so much more damage. I mean, the torpedo version. Looks like Tiger has his guys on a special weapon autonomy high, because he could be using, even though it's only a 2-second disable, he could be using his cavorts to disable weapons on this battery, like, a little bit. Oh yeah, there's two. Yeah, so the torpedo upgrade, it reduces them to medium range, it increases the offense by 10, and it makes the torpedoes spread their shots. Which, they don't seem to be missing very much. They're getting some very good hits on these Klingon ships. But you see with their damage spread out, well, that's interesting. He's not killing anything, but almost all these Klingon ships are low shields now, which means if they do get engaged, they're in trouble. Oh, okay, they damaged weapons on that. And what else is going on? Ugly is sending in another fleet of S2s. He's gambling that Star Master Prodigy is not there. He's right. Star Master Prodigy is not coming back to fight this. Which, I guess, yeah, from Prodigy's point of view, he could send back his fleet, but even if he does, the Klingons are just going to cloak and run. This is, okay, everybody's kind of doing okay. Ugly's coming in, and Mighty's not coming back to fight it, and since Mighty's not coming back, he's not getting ambushed. Foo Fighter hitting this again, I mean, dude. You can get some mining kills, but this is a very hard point. Like, they've fortified this location. What is the Federation anti-turret weapon? I'm trying to think. I think it was just the fact that I gave the Nova, the Mason Nova has the plasma bolt that can disable weapons, so you can use that on stations. I guess I didn't give Federation a super dedicated turret killer. But like Avalons with fighter craft can distract a turret. But I think you might want to just go raid, like send some Monsoons and Sabres back to raid Drazon's back mining. Like it's a long trip, so
I would really like to see some Norek sounds from Mighty.
Yeah, well, the Decks will do quite well when they give the command bonus to the Generics.
They will be very nice.
Where are they? Oh, the Generics are going to the middle. And there's Vorcha production out of Jokar and a heavy weapons platform, so this is really dialed in. And this is interesting because I do notice the top team do not have anywhere they really want to hit. Like, the middle sucks. Hitting Drazon's home base, maybe, but it still kind of sucks. Hitting... Oh, Jokar has 2 heavy weapons platforms at his expansion between them. And he's really overflowing in resources. He needs, like, 3 more battle yards. So like,
He needs to buy supply,
yeah, he does.
build again.
Or get some from Drazon, who's at 500 now. So yeah, everywhere sucks for the top team to attack. And I mean, it's only one moon pair that they're behind for giving this away to the center team, or to the bottom team. But the thing is, the bottom team can just leave their fleets here, and they can go attack whenever they want, and not have to worry. Starmaster Prodigy sending his Spectre refits down to mess with these Excelsior 2s. I like to see people playing this way. I like to see the E2s going and raiding and then getting out. They could have gotten that mining station, but I think it's wiser, and they might even outrun these Generics. Like I said, I wanted to give the Spectres enough speed that they could threaten, but you can't just have them be full fast ships. Oh no! Foo Fighter going in! Did he not want to live?
Go.
I mean, Tiger and Foo Fighter both.
I do the suicide there.
Yeah, they're shooting at bugs, but the Quebecs of Foo Fighter take reduced damage, or deal reduced damage. I mean, you'll get some shots, but there's a starbase and repair yards. I mean, it's not like the bottom team are successfully repairing any ships because there's so much. And honestly, okay, Tiger has a very big cloud of ships that's going to take a while to chew through. So now they're starting to kill the Breen cruisers. The thing is, Drazon still has a lot of money.
Mind is coming in now.
Okay, yeah. I mean, they hit okay. I'm actually... Hi, Kitty. Oh, okay, there's... Ugly has some ships that could be here.
Ari is doing some nice raiding on the bottom.
Oh, yeah, he's finally hitting that spot. Well, okay, this is interesting. Maybe they do okay. Oh, no. Stay away from that heavy weapons platform, though. I mean, they're going for the Klingon constructor, but that heavy weapons platform will rip up. And here come the Romulans as well. Okay, I think the top team are starting to run. I'm amazed at how many ships they have left, the top team. They must have had a lot more than I thought.
Starbase needs more weapon upgrades.
Yeah, oh, the Starbase got weapons damaged. Ouch.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
That can happen with the Cavort special because it deals a tiny bit of hull damage, and then it disables weapons for 2 seconds. So if that hull damage happens to hit a weapon subsystem, you'll get a weapon destroy effect. Okay, but now they're back online. They really need to keep this fight over on the right side so that heavy weapons platform isn't shooting. They killed all the Breen cruisers from the bottom team. And now the V-13s are here, and also the Spectre refits, but the Spectre refits have their special finished, and they're dying. Everything is dying. I don't think hardly anything has made it into the repair yards. The Derridex come in. They're going to be effective. And they do have their special, and the top team don't have any command, so...
Oh, the Derridex is going down fast.
Ooh, oh yeah.
It's
Yeah,
not gonna make it in, it's physics blocked.
Oh, shoot.
I think the top team is winning this.
I think you're right. I really didn't expect it, but the fight has been so big, the bottom team haven't gotten anything into repair yards. Like, it didn't matter that they had all these yards here. And the Starbase, it only has like 60 beam offense, and the other is in fighters, which are bugged in this version and don't attack. That's really frustrating. Yeah.
And that Starbase is not doing much.
Yeah.
That Watcher is somehow not going into the repair yard. Oh, probably. Yeah.
I think
that's
when
over.
I first looked at this, I think Tiger has a lot more ships than I first realized. He is building out of 4 field yards. Well, he's building out of 6 field yard extensions. And there were just so
They might
many.
try to rebuild. Yeah, now he's building no Rexons, but this looks like game over actually.
I am really surprised. But yeah, this is in Tabor.
Agri has taken out all 3 back expansions, so they are now down severely. They have no more ships, so there's no coming back from this.
And Drazon just doesn't have any ships because he lost them all, and I guess all 3 bottom fleets. I'm trying to think what they could have done differently. I mean, Jokar did build 2 heavy weapons platforms at his expansion, which maybe if they had been here next to the starbase, they would have helped.
The problem with platforms is they don't move. That's why I think it's always a mistake to build like look at Mythic's expansion. There are 4 turrets there.
Yeah, that's
they
true.
don't move.
And he has a Tavara. Dreadnought refit.
It's a lot of resources and money spent on things that do not move. So
that's true. Oh, Star Master actually built a starbase in his back area.
Yeah.
Which is not expensive. It's only like 600 for a starbase without weapons. But wow, yeah, the top team totally overwhelmed. That whole time I thought Foo Fighter was being ridiculous for just swinging in there, like even though he was gonna take damage. But I'm also noticing the top team have spent their resources a lot. I want to see what Ugly's resources are. Come on, I just want to get out of the screen so I can see the stats of everybody's resources. Oh, okay, there they're going. But it does seem like the top team spent their resources and also didn't really get raided. So like even, yeah, Tiger and Ugly both raided the bottom team a fair bit. Even if it only knocked out like 1 moon worth at a time, it was enough. But yeah, that's a swing in the favor of the top team. Too many small ships and too many Fed and Klingon ships. I'm going to post this on YouTube, so... Have a good one, guys. This is Triptych signing out.